Very good.
All right, so the time is 10 a.m. The meeting is now recording, and we do have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Vella. I hereby call to order this meeting of the Arizona Boxing and Mixed Martial Arts Commission. Today is Wednesday, September 17th, 2025, and the time is 10 a.m. Would those commissioners that are in attendance please identify themselves and state as to whether they are here in person, via the telephone, or via Google Meets?
This is Eric Feinstein. I'm here via Google Meets.
Terrific. Welcome, Commissioner. Thanks for joining us. And I am Scott Fletcher, and I'm here via telephone. B is our new business. B1, I believe Mr. Vella has been canceled. Is that correct?
That is correct, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, then let's move on to B2, which is pursuant to AAC R19-2-D607, a request for an exhibition contest between Christopher Romero and Malik Barrett, submitted by matchmaker Christopher Vasquez for an Iron Boy boxing event this Thursday, September 18th, 2025 at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona. Mr. Vella, will you speak to this request, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, and just for the record, I'd like to state that Assistant Attorney General Val Marciano is present with me in my office for this meeting. But as it relates to this item, I recommend its approval, sir. The Malik Barrett is 8-2 as a professional. Christopher Romero is making his debut, set to make his debut. Obviously, this is an exhibition contest. It is my understanding, the matchmakers informed me that they have sparred each other on numerous occasions, and I've had the pleasure of watching both of them spar prior to Mr. Barrett making his debut in Arizona. I evaluated his sparring, and I've seen him fight on several occasions. And with Mr. Romero, I evaluated his sparring not too long ago, and I feel that they're pretty evenly matched. And with these exhibition contests, the idea of these is that they are technical sparring contests, and so the referee has full control over the match in terms of whether somebody's getting too aggressive or anything's happening. So again, with that, I do recommend the approval of this bout.
Thank you, Mr. Vella. Would you quickly define exhibition versus what we're typically doing? How does it differ?
Yes, sir. So the exhibition contest is more of a sparring contest. It is not scored. The referee, everything else still applies. So the fighters are licensed. They will have all medicals. They will have a pre and post fight exam. Everything that would take place from a regulatory standpoint for these for a traditional boxing event will take place for these exhibition contests, except they're not scored.
Okay, terrific. No judges are there for these, and I've seen exhibitions that include headgear and things like that. Not in this case, I take it.
In this case, sir, our state rules would apply, so headgear is not necessary, although I did advise the matchmaker and the promoter that if the combatants wish to wear headgear and they mutually agreed to it, then I would permit it because I see no harm in doing so. And the idea of the headgear is that it could prevent cuts or accidental headbutts, which may be appealing to the combatants, but it's my understanding that none of the combatants wish to wear headgear.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mr. Vella. Commissioner Feinstein, thoughts, questions?
None for me, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. I have none. The chair would be open to a motion if one exists.
Mr. Chairman, pursuant to AAC R19-2-D607, I move that we approve the request for an exhibition contest between Christopher Romero and Malik Barrett, submitted by Christopher Vasquez for an Iron Boy boxing event Thursday, September 18th, 2025 at Celebrity Theater.
Thank you, Commissioner. We have a motion. I am going to second that motion. So we now have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 2-0. Let's push on to B3, which is also pursuant to AAC R19-2-D607, a request for an exhibition contest between Daniel Lugo and Joseph Rivas, submitted by matchmaker Christopher Vasquez for an Iron Boy boxing event this Thursday, September 18th, 2025 at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona. Mr. Vella, let's talk about this one.
Likewise, Mr. Chairman, I do recommend the approval of this item. Mr. Lugo and Mr. Rivas have both have pretty good professional records. Mr. Lugo is 6-3 as a professional boxer. Mr. Rivas is 9-1. And I think it would be a great exhibition match.
Thank you, Mr. Bella. Commissioner Feinstein, any thoughts about B3?
No, no questions, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, I too have none. Chair would be open to a motion if one exists.
Mr. Chairman, pursuant to AAC R19-2-D607, I move that we approve the request for an exhibition contest between Daniel Lugo and Joseph Rivas submitted by matchmaker Christopher Vasquez for an Iron Boy boxing event Thursday, September 18th, 2025 at the Celebrity Theater.
Thank you, Commissioner. We have a motion, which I'm going to second. We now have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 2-0. We press on to B4. Also pursuant to AAC R19-2-D607, a request for an exhibition contest between Yul Olguin and Jordan Martinez, submitted by matchmaker Christopher Vasquez for an Iron Boy boxing event this Thursday, September 18th, 2025 at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona. Mr. Bella, let's talk about this one.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. I do recommend the approval of this one as well. Mr. Olguin, originally this one was scheduled, was going to be scheduled and was proposed as a traditional bout, but given the nature of the event, they have requested that we do it as an exhibition. And so Mr. Olguin has a professional record of 17-46. He's had a very extensive career, and he's gone against some pretty tough opponents recently, and has won some rounds against some pretty competitive people. And then with Mr. Martinez, obviously has a very extensive record, local Arizona boxer, 14-0. So I think this will be a good bout between experienced combatants, and should be a fun exhibition.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Bello. Yeah, I was concerned by the records, but if you dig deeper, Mr. Olguin has made a career out of fighting undefeated boxers for some reason, and most of those are going the distance. He's rarely knocked out. So I understand your take on this. Commissioner Feinstein, your thoughts?
No, I share that concern, but no questions from me.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. Chair, be up on a motion if there's one.
Mr. Chairman, pursuant to AAC R19-2-D607, I move that we approve the request for an exhibition contest between Yul Olguin and Jordan Martinez, submitted by matchmaker Christopher Vasquez for an Iron Boy boxing event Thursday, September 18th, 2025 at Celebrity Theater.
Thank you, Commissioner. We have a motion. I'm going to second that motion. We now have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 2-0. B5 is a mouthful, so sit tight. B5 is pursuant to ARS sections 5-227 and AAC R19-2-A602, the annual renewal of delegation of all of the Commission's statutory powers and duties to the Executive Director. This request is to renew the delegation of all the Commission's statutory powers and duties to the Executive Director pursuant to ARS sections 5-227 and AAC R19-2-A602, expressly excluding the following duties, which are to remain the direct responsibility of the Commission. First is pursuant to ARS sections 5-224, the establishment of intergovernmental agreements with Indian tribes, tribal councils, or tribal organizations. Pursuant to ARS section 5-228, the approval of license applications for combatants who are at least 38 years of age. Pursuant to ARS sections 5-228, the approval of license applications for promoters. Pursuant to AAC R19-2-C609, the approval of registration for amateur sanctioning organizations, and pursuant to AAC R19-2-D607, the approval of exhibition contests, which must be approved by both the Executive Director and the Commission. Mr. Vella, would you like to speak to this?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I'd just like to acknowledge that there are no changes from current practice. Essentially, this is just a renewal of those delegations, and the reason we posted it is that If you recall, back in December of 2023, we had discussed these delegations and the renewal thereof, and Commissioner Pennington had requested that we do this on an annual recurring basis. Unfortunately, we did not do that at the beginning of this year, and so I wanted to make clear, bring it into the public so that we make documentation of it, and we will send a letter for you to sign as well so that we can get more streamlined with this occurring on a more regular basis annually.
Very good. I think this delegation has made a lot of sense and helped streamline a lot of what we do. Commissioner Feinstein, any thoughts?
No, I appreciate the thought of doing this on a regular cadence.
Okay, great. How do you feel about trying to craft a motion?
I will do my best.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, pursuant to ARS 5-227 and AAC R19-2-A602, I move that we approve the annual renewal of the delegation of all the commission's statutory powers and duties to the executive director. This request, do I have to read the rest, or is that good?
Mr. Vella, do you need the whole thing read into the record? I'm sorry, Mr. Vella, do you think we have a
Yes,
a legal motion here? Okay. Okay, great. Well, we have a motion which I'm going to second. All those in, we now have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 2-0. Thank you, Mr. Vella. I think the delegations worked out nicely for all parties included. C is our information reports, and C1 is an event report that the following event was approved by the executive director. It was a request from Iron Boy Combat Sports, LLC, for approval of a boxing event to be held at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona on Thursday, September 18th, 2025. C2, our event reports are continued. Due to a potential conflict of interest, the following event was conditionally approved by and will be administered by Assistant Director Juan Carlos Estrada. That was a request from Del Sol Boxing Promotions, LLC, for approval of a boxing event to be held at the American Royal Palace in Phoenix, Arizona on Saturday, October 11th, 2025. That concludes our information reports.
Mr. Chairman, I do have a statement for the record regarding that.
Please.
So I am related to a boxer who will be competing on the Del Sol boxing card on October 11, 2025. Therefore, a potential conflict of interest exists if I were to perform my duties as the executive director of the commission, specifically relating to the October 11, 2025 Del Sol boxing card. Therefore, the director of the Arizona Department of Gaming has appointed Assistant Director Juan Carlos Estrada as the interim executive director to perform the duties prescribed by Title V, Article 2, specifically relating to the October 11, 2025 Del Sol boxing card. Accordingly, the duties as the executive director of the commission will be carried out by Assistant Director Juan Carlos Estrada, specifically regarding the October 11, 2025 Del Sol boxing card. Should the commission, licensees, or any members of the public have questions or concerns regarding this matter, please contact Idania Felix at 602-364-1721 or via infobox@azgaming.gov. I retain all duties of the executive director as to all matters pending before the division and commission, except for the October 11th, 2025 Del Sol boxing card. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vella. Appreciate you crossing every T and dotting every I. It's important we do so. Item D is the call to the public. Are there folks who'd like to talk to us by chance, Mr. Vella?
I apologize. I was on mute, sir. There's no one wishing to speak.
Okay, great. Thank you. E is the call to the commission. Commission members or the executive director may introduce a summary of current events, ask questions, and or make comments. Mr. Vella, other things you'd like to talk about?
Mr. Chairman, as usual, our team's doing a fantastic job. We've had quite a bit in front of us, especially with regards to this event this week. there's been some movement, last minute changes. With the private show, it is often difficult because fighters, their families and friends are not able to attend. And so it does deter a lot of combatants from participation or from wanting to participate. And so it's been a chore, but nonetheless, our team's doing a great job. We have a very busy season ahead of us. And Irani and I are both getting married, not to each other, of course, before the end of the year. So we're just excited about the rest of what the year has and looking forward to it.
Indeed. Congratulations to both of you. I'm very, very pleased to hear that. You've got a very healthy fall ahead of you. So it's going to be great. Congratulations, both of you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Commissioner Feinstein, thoughts?
None from me, Mr. Chairman. I just share that congratulations and excited for the events coming up.
Agreed completely. I don't have anything else to add at this point, except F, the announcement that the next regularly scheduled commission meeting will be held virtually via Google Meets at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, October 15th, 2025, and is subject to change based on a quorum. Thank you, Commissioner Feinstein, for joining us today. Item G is an adjournment. Do you have a motion for such by chance?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we adjourn the meeting.
We have a motion, which I'm going to second. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 2-0. We are officially adjourned. Thank you all for your time. Everybody take care now. We'll see you soon.